Hello guys, what's going on? And today we're gonna do, well, one final revision of our white deck before Christmas. And I brought Santa Claus along with me. He's having a cozy time in the fireplace here. Yeah, and reading a book, it seems. And he's gotten ready the last presents to deliver for Christmas, but he's just having a little break beside the Christmas tree. Yeah. So this is my creature deck, as it were. It's white, mono white, and it's pretty good. I've been playing it with my friends for a couple of times. But we did bring up a little problem, or I did bring up a little problem with the group. Is that one player is playing with fake cards? He's printing out cards and stuff, and then he just makes decks that are lists of tournament decks, and that's how he wins. So it's been a problem for quite a long time, but now I did mention it that I didn't want to play Magic the Gathering with him playing with fake cards anymore. So uh, I guess that's it. But he did say that it was okay. He would not play with fake cards anymore. So that brings the Christmas spirit home. So that's good. And here's hoping that we can play Magic the Gathering normally next year. So yeah. So I can continue doing these revisions because if not, then I wouldn't be able to play Magic the Gathering anymore, and we would have to do something else, and that would be the end of these Magic the Gathering videos that I make. Yeah. But this is the white deck, as mentioned, and it's still in the blue, colorful. Whoops, sorry, box. And I got two cards now that I want to add to this deck. I did find the last bubblehead, by the way. It's this one. It's the Endurance bubblehead. It was a mystery for a very long time, but now it's here, and that makes the bubbleheads 7 bubbleheads. So now I got 7. Or I will have 7 shortly. Yeah. The second card is Farewell. It's a sort of a board wipe thing, and you choose one or more. So I can choose to remove all artifacts, creatures, enchantments, and or graveyards from play. A pretty powerful card, a bit expensive, but I believe it's worth it. Um, I haven't seen this before though, so I didn't know that white had powerful removals, but they do. So this is a powerful removal right there for you. Yeah. So we're gonna go, as usual, go through the cards one by one, and we're gonna see which cards we're gonna remove from the deck. Yeah, and one guy did complain that I didn't show the commander. Of course, I'm gonna do that. This is the commander. Is powerful because he only costs 1 to get out there, and he's got 1 toxic, and he gives toxic to another creature if he wants. Yeah. So this is pretty powerful, and I can choose to pay the ability with either life or 1 white, and that creature also becomes unblockable by that creature's color. Yeah. So there you go. That's the commander. Valor made real. So 1 creature can block any number of creatures this turn. So that's pretty good. I gotta keep that. Uh, I can make my creatures stronger or make them more resilient. So +2 or +2 to health or power. So power or toughness. Sorry. Yeah. Also really good, and it's an instant, so I can throw it instantly. And to remind you, I'm looking at the cards so we can add these two. So we're going to find a card or 2 cards that are less powerful, and they're probably not that good that these are. So yeah. And then we have the captain of Eos. He's also quite good. And I can sacrifice a soldier. He gets 2 soldiers in play when he arrives. And I get to prevent all combat damage if I sacrifice one of them. So, and I have more cards in here that add a soldier. Here's another bubblehead. It's the perception bubblehead. Not all of these bubbleheads are equally strong, but I have to have all of them in there, because if not, then what's the point? Because I'm a Fallout geek and I love bubbleheads. So there we go. Yeah. And here it's look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of bubbleheads you control. So if I control 3, then I get to look at 3 cards. You may cast a spell with mana value 3 or less from among them without paying its mana cost. And a spell can be creatures, of course, since everything in Magic the Gathering except lands is a spell initially. When Meadow Boon leaves play, put +1/+1 counter on each creature target player controls, and that would be me, of course. And I can play it for its evoke cost. Yeah. So then it only costs 4, but I don't get the creature though. White Orchid Phantom. It's not that good, but it only costs 2, and it's got flying and first strike, and I get to remove a land with this card, which is okay. It's not a it's a non-basic land. So if an enemy player has a pesky land, then I can remove it from play. Fountain of Cho. I think this is a fun card. I get to put a storage counter on Fountain of Cho, and it's also a fun way to count the rounds we played. So, except the first round, this comes into play, of course, when it's tapped. Yeah. Sacrificing Combat Keeper. Yeah, it's a sort of a. It's only until end of turn, of course, but it's a sort of a finisher. So you can finish off a player if you want. All creatures get +2/+2. It does cost 8 though, so that's a bit expensive, isn't it? Yeah, but it's still quite good. It's a finisher kind of thing. This is a bestow, so it's basically a 2/2 creature, but I can cast it for its bestow cost, and then it gives a creature vigilance and 2/2. Yeah. Very powerful, that. Yeah. Land. And this guy, commanders control have wards, so that's also pretty good. And that basically means that if an enemy player zaps my commander, he has to play an additional 2 to do it. So, and I get to add 2 white mana, and that's used to cast auras and equipment spells. Yeah. When Fiend Binder attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's okay. I don't know. I can put it in my maybe pile, maybe, because it's a bit expensive and I don't find it that useful, to be honest. Then another bubblehead. I love these. This is the luck bubblehead. So it's here you need an IQ of 200, because I really don't understand this card. I think Britney Spears has the same amount of IQ, so maybe I should have her as a helping hand to help me understand this card. Maybe I'll call her. I don't know. If you understand this card and how it works, please leave a comment below, man, and read up on it later. Yeah. This card isn't that good, but I think it's quite cool. So that's why I'm keeping it in the deck. A creature gets +1/+1, but if it's a human, it gets an additional 1/1. So, and I also love the artwork of it. Planes. Yeah, this is an aura, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So I do got some auras in here. I thought this was an equipment, but it's an aura. Okay. A giant creature gets 10/10. Hi, Fortnite Pro Norway. How are you? Is your Christmas preparations going good so far? Yeah. And if you live in Norway, I can talk Norwegian, man. I live in Norway, so no problem. Land. Another bubblehead. This bubblehead is quite easier to understand, so that's good. I get to draw X cards where X is the number of bubbleheads I control. So that's quite awesome right there. When workshop assistant dies, return another target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. This I gotta keep, I guess, because I got a lot of artifacts in here. And it does says artifact, doesn't just say equipment, so that's good. Whenever frontline medic and at least 2 other creatures attack, creatures you control are indestructible this turn, which is quite awesome. Yeah. Good. I get to sacrifice and it acts as a counter. Search alive for an equipment card. Yeah, and I got a few equipments in here, so I guess I gotta keep this as well. So, And this is an equipment card. It's Whisper Silk Cloak. An equipped creature is unblockable and can't be targeted with spells or abilities. That's basically Shroud right there, but they didn't have Shroud back then, so. Another equipment card here. If equipped creature would deal combat damage, it deals double that damage instead. So I guess it's not double strike, but it's you just multiply the damage by 2, man. Yeah. So quite cool. But it also means that the creature I attach this to also get double damage. So that's kind of a bummer. I guess that's the point. Planes. Nice to have lands in here, and I mostly have basic lands, so now I know that. Artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Of course, I need to have that in there. Planes. Another aura, that's good. Enchant creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control. And there's a lot of creatures in here, so that's good. As long as enchanted creature is human, it has first strike. So another human-related advantage there. Martyr of Sands. Reveal X white cards from your hand. Sacrifice Martyr of Sands. You gain 3 times X life. Yeah. So that's pretty awesome right there. Planes. Another, well, this guy is a king, and he's king of Sheldar, and it's a small country, but he's a king of that country anyway. Whenever you're dealt damage, you may put that many 1-1 white soldier creature tokens into play. So that's good. So my enemy players can't really do me damage because then I get a lot of soldier creatures into play, which come to the rescue. Yeah. You may play equip abilities anytime you can play in an instance. Right. Yeah, I guess this is okay. That's sort of a ninja effect right there. Planes. Each player loses 1 life for each swamp he or she controls, which is also quite good. We hate the black color. Sacrifice land, destroy target enchantment, which also is quite good. Planes. I think I've done a good job with this deck. None of these cards are bad. When Subjugator Angel enters the battlefield, tap all creatures your opponents control. That is good. Whenever any other creature comes into play, you gain 1 life. That's also good. Planes. I love the design of this planes, though. Really awesome. This is gonna become difficult, I think, to remove any cards in this deck. Double strike protection from black and from green, which is awesome. So I can use creatures for different situations, it seems. Enchanted creature gets plus X, where X is equal to the number of cards in your hand. So I think it's a good thing to have a lot of cards in my hand in this deck. Also a nice planes there. Another bubblehead, Charisma bubblehead. Create X 1-1 white soldier creature tokens, where X is the number of bubbleheads you control. Activate only as a sorcery. So, yeah. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 for each equipment attached to it. Okay. Also quite cool. And it's not that expensive to get out there either. Another nice planes here. Yeah. Even got the artist's signature on the bottom of the card, see? Yeah. And I didn't write that. No, I'm not the artist. So, yeah. I don't know what that is though. It's a pile of some poo, or it's a rock. I don't know. Leave a comment below and please tell me. Victory's Herald. We got an angel, and it's a flying angel. And whenever Victory's Herald attacks, attacking creature gains flying and lifelink until end of turn. So pretty good. Yeah. Refurbish. Return target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, Jesus. Really, really good. So, yeah. And then we got these. It's a 3 sort of set. This. Add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool. If you control Urza's Mine, Urza's Power Plant, and Urza's Tower, add 3 colorless mana to your mana pool instead of 1. So, yeah. And I also like the artwork of this. Really, really cool. This is a legendary land. It's Shrine to Nyx. Yeah. Choose a color, add to your mana pool an amount of mana of that color equal to your devotion to that color. Yeah. And to explain, if I got my commander out there, my devotion to white is 1, because I got 1 of these symbols. Yeah. So all permanence with this symbol is 1 devotion to white. So yeah. So there you go. Destroy target creature with power 3 or greater. Scry 1. Yeah, I guess I gotta have this in there as well. Gotta have some targeted removal. There's not a lot in this deck that's targeted removal, so I guess I have to have that as well. Celestian Archon. So it's a creature and it's got flying, first strike. But I can also throw it in there as an enchantment and enchant another creature, and that a creature gets +4/+4 and has flying and first strike. If that creature dies, then this creature suddenly comes out there instead. So Bestow is kind of overpowered, but it's really fun. So yeah. I'm sorry I'm struggling a little bit with my voice today, guys, for some reason. Maybe I should have taken some pastels before this live stream. Oh well. Planes. Yeah. Gotta have some lands in there so I can get to pay for my stuff. The second of the 3 series, Urza's Mine, add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool. If you control Urza's Mine, Urza's Tower, and Urza's Power Plant, add 2 colorless mana to your mana pool instead of 1. Yeah. But mind you that you have to have all these in play for the card to activate the extra mana. Archetype of Courage. Creatures you control have first strike. That's cool. And creatures your opponent control lose first strike and can't have or gain first strike. It has been my experience that soldiers most fervently follow generals who lead by example. Elsbeth. Oh, maybe I should have a female voice there. Let's try that again, shall we? It has been my experience that soldiers most fervently follow generals who lead by example. Elspeth. Okay, my female voice wasn't that good. Sorry. Snow-covered plains. Oh yeah, it's another one of these. Yeah. And there's a signature. I didn't write that. It's the artist. And if you can tell me what that is, then leave a comment below. Planes. Pretty cool one at that. Yeah, I got a lot of cool planes in this deck for some reason. I don't know. And then we have this one, Blightsteel Colossus. It's 12 and it's trample and it's infect, so it's pretty good. Yeah, and Blightsteel Colossus is indestructible. And if Blightsteel Colossus would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Blightsteel Colossus and shuffle it into its owner's library. Yeah. So this guy never dies, it seems. Flying when reveal leaves play, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to play. And I believe I have some creatures with that have 2 or less. Let's see here. Bloodsteel Colossus is not 2 or less. No. That guy's not 2 or less. Not 2 or less. Not 2 or less. So I do got some expensive creatures in here. There are not many who are 2 or less. That's 1, so that's good. No, that's 3. That's 2 or less, so yeah. That's 1, so that's good. 3. No, that's an enchantment. Or aura, yeah. Equipment. 3. 3. 3. 3. 1. Okay. 2. Okay, so I do got some here though, but I don't know. Not enough to warrant having this card in here, I think. So I'm going to put it in my maybe pile, and maybe I'll find something else. Planes. Another card which doesn't cost 2 or less, yeah. Lifelink, whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking you and they're playing with you control, draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card. So, nice way to draw cards there. Savior of the Small. At the beginning of your second main phase, if Savior of the Small is tapped, return target creature card from with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. This is better because I got more creatures that cost 3 in here, so that's good. Planes. Oh, this costs 2, okay. Whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay. I don't got that many creatures that costs that, so but it's a nice card, and I'll just keep it. This is cool. It's called Goring Ceratops, and it's got double strike. But the kicker of this card is that whenever Goring Ceratops attacks, other creatures you control gain double strike until the end of the turn. So, yeah, that's pretty awesome. This is also quite awesome. It's called Sword of Light and Shadow. It's a classic, been around for ages, but equipped creature gets 2/2 and has protection from white and from black. And whenever an equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you gain 3 life, and you may return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. But I'm going to show you something now. And this has been bothering me for eons. Can this creature attach the sword to their hand? I mean, it's a horsey, so I don't know. The picture is clearly holding a sword, and it's clearly something, yeah. The guy holding the sword doesn't have any head, though, but I'll leave that up to you guys to debate amongst yourselves, but I'm pretty sure that an equipment needs to be held. A horse can't hold anything. So we got sorcery, but it's also, well, destroy all creatures, then put an X-X colorless horror artifact creature token into the battlefield, where X is the number of creatures destroyed this way. So pretty fun card to have in there. Yeah. Planes. This also costs 3, so. When Ironclad Slayer enters the battlefield, you may turn target aura or equipment card from your graveyard to your hand. The best weapon is the one at hand. Okay, so. That's well said, man. Agility Bubblehead. I'm a Fallout geek, so here we go. Up to X target creatures you control each gain haste until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste. So it's pretty fun. Yeah. It's a nice way to just obliterate an opponent. Another nice planes there. I got a lot of cool looking planes in this deck. Yeah. And Santa Claus is pretty happy with that one. You see? Oh, well. Okay. Another bestow creature, Hopeful Aeolon. And it's a 1/1. But I can also throw it out there for its bestow cost and give a creature +1/+1 and a lifelink. Yeah. I've debated many times if I should keep this card or if I should throw it out there, but essentially, if I can craft it with an artifact and then I have to sacrifice an artifact, that's kind of a bummer, but it's sort of situational because then I get to turn this card around and it's suddenly a creature with flying, but when it attacks, it gives another target creature also flying. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. There we go. Flying double strike. Yeah, metaphor. Yeah. But when he has double strike, it also gives toxic 2 times. So I've checked it, and it's the way it is. Yeah. Another artifact, strength artifact, +1/+1 counters on target creature, where X is the number of bobbleheads you control. Pretty cool. Bestow Aeolon of Countless Battles. Aeolon of Countless Battles and enchanted creature get +1/+1 for each creature you control, and +1/+1 for each aura you control. So it can get really powerful if I get to build my deck up. Yeah. Planes. Another bestow creature. It's just a 3/3. So yeah. That's pretty good nonetheless, though. Yeah. Tap X target creatures, scry 1. Pretty powerful. I get to tap all my opponent's creatures right before I attack him, so that means he has no defense. Planes. All creatures get +1/+1. It's an enchantment. It's pretty inexpensive, and it's pretty cool. First strike, Knight of Dawn gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. Really cool as well. Planes. Whenever Armored Skyhunter attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put an aura or equipment card from among them into the battlefield. If an equipment is put into the battlefield this way, you may attach it to a creature you control. Put the rest of the cards on the bottom of your library in a random order. That's also quite cool. We're approaching the end of the deck here. I have to have one of these. It's Shadow, so if my the player I attack don't have Shadow, he's out of luck, or she's out of luck, because there you go. You need Shadow to block Shadow. The same with flying. Basic land, planes, another angel. Other non-black creatures you control get +1/+1. Players can't pay life for sacrifice creatures to cast spells or activate abilities. So it's not only a booster, but it's also a preventer of other abilities that my enemy players control. Veterans armaments, then we're having a lot of equipment in here, which is good. Equipped creature has, whenever this creature attacks or blocks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each attacking creature. Whenever a soldier creature comes into play, you may attach veteran's attachment to it. So, yeah. Pretty awesome. Planes. Paladin and Vec. First strike and protection from black and from red. So, nice to have. As long as Uruk Glaive Master is equipped, it gets +1/+1 and has first strike, which also is quite cool. Planes. I should probably reorder my deck here. Captain of the Watch, Vigilance, and other soldier creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Vigilance. So pretty good. When Captain of the Watch enters the battlefield, put 3 1/1 white soldier creatures token into the battlefield. So pretty cool. At the beginning of your end step, put an invitation counter on wedding announcement. If you attacked with 2 or more creatures this turn, draw a card. Otherwise, create a 1/1 white human creature token. Then, if wedding announcement has 3 or more invitation counters on it, transform it. By transforming it, the wedding is final, and these 2 are married. Congratulations, and creatures get +1/+1. planes. This guy, yeah. Yeah, he's okay. I guess I'll keep him. He's got lifelink and stuff and some other stuff. Yeah. I can cast this for its flash cost, which means it's an instant, so I can cast it anytime. If an opponent would search a library, that player searches the top 4 cards of that library instead. Pretty powerful. And my fellow mates can't search their libraries normally. Planes. And the last of these, it's the power plant. And if I have all these in play, then I get a lot more colorless mana to play with. So, pretty cool. I think this is pretty simple, guys. I got 2 cards here, which, well, this is kind of useful. This is useless. So, but I'm going to change these with these. So that makes the 7 bubble heads, which is the maximum, and this, which is an awesome sorcery. That's it. Thank you for watching my Christmas special, guys, of Magic the Gathering. It's been a fun year with lots of cool Magic the Gathering videos, and I've gotten a couple of members, Sam Wall and Big Boss, so thank you for that. So if you like what I do here, please consider becoming a member. It only costs a little bit each month, and you get to support this channel, and I get to buy more cards and do more of this stuff, which I do with the Magic the Gathering here. But thank you very much for supporting me and watching my videos. It's really helpful, and it means a lot to me that some of you like this scrawny little channel of mine and like my weirdo videos. It means a lot. So thank you very much for that. And here's wishing you Merry Jolly Christmas. And Santa says hi, by the way. And he's going to go out there soon. So if you haven't been naughty and you've been nice, you'll get a present. Isn't that right, Santa Claus? Ho, 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 ho. Okay. Oh, well. Okay. Okay, here he goes. Okay. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Merry Christmas. Okay, bye-bye.